Most men think they know what attracts a woman. They believe it's good looks, money, expensive gifts, or great sex. But what if I told you that many women are deeply attracted to something that comes long before any of those things? Let's talk about it. Think about the relationships that last. What keeps a woman emotionally connected long after the excitement of the early days has faded? What makes her feel safe enough to open her heart? What makes her look at one man and think, I don't want to lose him? The answer may surprise you. For many women, attraction isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's psychological, and it's built through the way a man makes her feel over time. That's why some men who aren't the richest or the most handsome still have strong, healthy relationships. Meanwhile, others who seem to have everything struggle to keep one. So, what are they doing differently? That's exactly what we're going to explore today. In this video, we'll discuss the one thing that turns many women on more than sex and why it has such a powerful effect on attraction and long-term relationships. You may discover that true attraction isn't about trying harder. It's about understanding what creates a genuine emotional connection. So, if you've ever wondered why some men naturally draw women closer while others push them away without realizing it, stay with me until the end. I believe this discussion could completely change the way you think about attraction. Now, let's begin by uncovering the one quality that creates the deepest attraction in many women. Before we reveal the one thing that turns many women on more than sex, let's clear up one misunderstanding that has confused a lot of men. If I asked 10 men what attracts women the most, the answers would probably sound familiar. Some would say money, others would say good looks, some would say muscles, confidence, expensive gifts, or even being great in bed. Now, don't get me wrong, those things can create attraction, but here's the question. Why do some women leave men who have all those qualities? Why do some women walk away from relationships where the man is handsome, successful, and financially comfortable? If those things were enough, those relationships should never fall apart. And yet they do. So what's missing? Here's where many men get attraction wrong. They spend so much time trying to impress a woman that they forget to connect with her. There's a big difference. Impressing someone may capture their attention for a moment. Connecting with them is what keeps them emotionally invested. Think about your own experiences. Have you ever met someone who looked amazing at first, but after a few conversations, your interest completely disappeared? That happens because attraction isn't sustained by appearance alone. It's sustained by how someone makes you feel. Women experience this too. A man may look perfect on paper, but if she doesn't feel emotionally connected, respected, understood, or secure around him, the attraction often fades much faster than people expect. That's why chasing only physical attraction can become a trap. It may help you start a relationship, but it won't necessarily help you keep one. So, before we talk about the one thing that creates deeper attraction than sex, it's important to understand this simple truth. Lasting attraction isn't built only with the eyes, it's built in the mind and the heart. Now, let's uncover the one quality that many women find even more attractive than sex itself. What is the one thing that turns many women on more than sex? The answer is emotional safety. Now, before you think that sounds too simple, let's talk about what emotional safety really means. It doesn't mean being weak. It doesn't mean agreeing with everything she says, and it certainly doesn't mean becoming someone without boundaries. Emotional safety means she's comfortable being herself around you. She doesn't feel judged every time she expresses an opinion. She doesn't feel like she has to pretend to earn your love. She knows she can talk to you without every conversation becoming an argument. Think about it for a moment. Who do people naturally feel closest to? Usually, it's the person who makes them feel accepted, understood, and respected. Women are no different. Physical attraction may spark interest, but emotional safety is what often keeps that attraction alive. This is why many women say they feel most connected to a man after a deep conversation, not just after a romantic evening. When she feels emotionally secure, she begins to trust you more. She laughs more freely. She shares her fears, her dreams, and even the parts of herself she doesn't show everyone else. That's a level of intimacy that goes far beyond physical attraction. Here's something many men overlook. A woman may admire your appearance. She may appreciate your success. But if she constantly feels criticized, ignored, or emotionally unsafe around you, those qualities gradually lose their power. On the other hand, when she feels genuinely heard and respected, her emotional connection often grows stronger. And as that emotional bond grows, physical attraction frequently becomes deeper too. That's why emotional safety isn't the opposite of passion. For many healthy relationships, it's the foundation that allows passion to grow. Now, let's discuss why emotional safety has such a powerful effect on a woman's attraction and the psychology behind it. Now that we know emotional safety is one of the strongest turn ons for many women, the next question is, why does it have such a powerful effect? And let's think about it together. Why does one woman lose interest in a man who seems to have everything, while another falls deeply in love with a man who simply makes her feel understood? The difference often isn't what the man owns, it's how she feels when she's with him. Think about the people you enjoy spending time with. Chances are they're the ones who make you feel comfortable enough to be yourself. You don't have to watch every word you say. You don't have to pretend to be someone you're not. That's exactly what emotional safety does in a relationship. When a woman feels emotionally safe, she becomes more open. She communicates more honestly. She laughs more freely. She's not constantly wondering if she'll be criticized, ignored, or misunderstood. Instead, she feels accepted. That feeling creates a level of closeness that physical attraction alone cannot achieve. Here's where many men unknowingly make a mistake. They focus on impressing a woman instead of understanding her. They think attraction grows through expensive gifts or grand romantic gestures. While those things can be appreciated, they don't automatically create emotional security. Sometimes, the most attractive thing a man can do is simply listen without rushing to judge or solve every problem. That doesn't mean agreeing with everything she says. It means showing respect, patience, and genuine interest in what she's feeling. And over time, those moments build trust, and trust creates emotional intimacy. When emotional intimacy becomes strong, physical intimacy often becomes more meaningful as well. That's why emotional safety isn't just a nice quality to have. For many women, it's one of the strongest foundations of lasting attraction. Now, let's talk about the common mistakes men make that slowly destroy this emotional connection without even realizing it. Now, here's the part many men never think about. If emotional safety creates attraction, what destroys it? The answer isn't always cheating or lying. Sometimes it's the small habits that slowly damage the relationship without either person realizing it. Let's talk about a few of them. Imagine a woman comes to you after a stressful day. She isn't asking you to fix everything. She simply wants someone to listen. But before she finishes talking, you interrupt her. You dismiss her feelings, or you tell her she's overreacting. How do you think that makes her feel? The next time she's struggling, she may decide to keep it to herself, not because she doesn't love you, but because she no longer feels understood. Here's another example. Some men turn every disagreement into a competition. Instead of trying to understand each other, they focus on proving who's right. Winning the argument becomes more important than protecting the relationship. Over time, those repeated experiences make a woman emotionally withdraw. She may still be physically present, but she stops sharing what's really on her mind. And once that emotional distance begins to grow, attraction often starts to fade with it. Another mistake is inconsistency, being kind one day and cold the next, making promises but failing to keep them, saying one thing and doing another. Those mixed signals slowly weaken trust. Remember, emotional safety isn't built through one grand romantic gesture. It's built through consistent actions, through respect, through honesty, through making someone feel heard instead of dismissed. When a woman feels emotionally safe, she naturally becomes more open and connected. But when that safety disappears, even strong attraction can begin to fade. Now, let's discuss how you can naturally build this kind of emotional connection and create lasting attraction. So, after everything we've talked about, here's the question that really matters. If emotional safety is so important, how can a man create it? The answer may surprise you. It doesn't start with expensive gifts. It doesn't come from saying, I love you every day. And it definitely doesn't come from pretending to be someone you're not. Think about the people you trust the most. Why do you trust them? Is it because they're perfect? Probably not. More likely, it's because they've been consistent. Their words match their actions. Now, bring that into a relationship. Imagine a woman tells you about a difficult day. What's your first response? Do you interrupt and immediately try to fix everything? Or do you simply listen? Sometimes listening is more powerful than giving advice. When someone feels heard, they also feel valued. Now, think about this. Can she disagree with you without worrying that you'll mock her or make her feel small? Healthy couples don't agree on everything. That's normal. The difference is that they respect each other even when their opinions are different. Respect creates safety, and safety allows emotional closeness to grow. There's one more thing many people overlook: consistency. Anyone can be thoughtful for a day, anyone can act caring at the beginning of a relationship, but can you be dependable over time? Can she trust your words because your actions always support them? That's where lasting attraction begins. Not in grand gestures, not in trying to impress her, but in showing day after day that you're someone she can rely on. When a woman feels respected, understood, and emotionally secure, her attraction often grows naturally. And that's something no expensive gift or romantic speech can replace. Now, let's bring everything together and talk about why this one quality can completely change the way a relationship grows. As we come to the end of this discussion, I'd like to leave you with one final thought. When most people hear the word turn on, they immediately think about physical attraction, but lasting relationships are rarely built on physical attraction alone. Let's be honest, physical attraction may bring two people together, but it's not always enough to keep them together. So, what keeps a woman emotionally connected long after the excitement begins to fade? More often than not, it's how she feels when she's with you. Does she feel respected? Does she feel heard? Does she feel accepted even when she's having a difficult day? Those questions matter far more than many men realize. Think about it this way: if a woman feels she has to pretend every time she's around you, she'll eventually become emotionally exhausted. But if she feels she can be herself without fear of being judged or dismissed, she'll naturally feel closer to you. That's the power of emotional safety. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, but it quietly strengthens love, trust, and attraction over time. So if you're trying to build a stronger relationship, don't spend all your energy trying to impress her. Spend more time understanding her. Listen with genuine interest. Respect her opinions. Keep your promises. Be the same person in private that you are in public. Those simple habits often leave a much deeper impression than expensive gifts or perfect words. At the end of the day, the strongest attraction isn't built on appearance alone. It's built on trust, consistency, and the feeling that someone has truly found a safe place in your heart. If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might find it helpful. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you believe emotional safety is more important than physical attraction in a lasting relationship? Share your thoughts in the comments below.